Thank you guys for sticking around. We are really excited to bring Billy Joel and Stevie Nicks to GEHA Field. It's kind of a perfect addition to our summer season. When you think about all the concerts we have coming up this summer, one of the things I'm most proud of the team that's put this together is the diversity in the music and how that's going to create opportunities for different fans to come to Arrowhead and enjoy music here at GEHA Field. So some of the details that you hit on, August 19th, ticket on sale, general public December 2nd at 10 a.m. There's an 8-ticket limit per purchase of the show based on what we think the demand's going to be. We're going to do our normal pre-sale, so Jackson County will have the pre-sale on the 30th. Season ticket members, same day, a little later. And then if you're a City Card member, the tour has a relationship with City Card, so check the tour email website for that. I mentioned that we got a lot of concerts this summer. Since 2011, we brought music back to the stadium. This will be, I think, this summer will add to a total of almost 20 shows that we have brought to Kansas City, and every one of them has been a different kind of an event, but it's a great opportunity for us all to come together like we do at that special venue. I do want to do one thing before I open it up, is Dave Girardi from Live Nation is here today. We get the pleasure of working with some great people in the industry, and Dave is one of them. And him personally, and then with Live Nation, you know, this is the team that brought us Guns N' Roses, and brought us U2, and brought us One Direction, and now the ability to bring Billy Joel and Stevie Nicks here, 2 Hall of Famers. We're really excited to have them here. With that, I'll open it up.
So, can I ask you some stadium questions, since that's kind of a big thing that's out there as well?
Sure. We are going to have this concert at the stadium. Yes.
So,
next,
the Royals have, you know, we saw this letter from
Yeah.
John Sherman about, you know, moving, and it looks like they're going to go downtown. Does this, there's probably lots of things get worked out. This mean there'll be a separation of the lease between you and them and the county at the end of this, or?
Wow. So let me just go back to the consistent points I've been making every time we're asked, because I think it's valid to answer your question. These are really, really big decisions to be made, and we're going to take our time to get all the information, do the due diligence, and make the right decision. I've also been pretty consistent that we're on a bit of a different timeline. So I want to reiterate another point that I've made, which is we've been really lockstep with the Royals. John and Clark have talked. I'm in conversations with their leadership team, seems like daily, with the plan. We are partners in this. The lease has impact. The things they mentioned in the letter have impact on both of us. We're trying to figure out a way to make sure we can both do what we need to do. And it's been a great partnership. It continues to be a great partnership. Specifically, they're on a different timeline. And you're starting to see evidence of that, right? Because you saw a letter from John and the team. You didn't see one from us. We got more time. We have other things going on with the World Cup in 26. That impacts us in terms of stadium. So we're still, you know, looking at 2031. We're still in the middle of all the due diligence. We're learning more every day, and the options I've laid out before are still the same options.
Mark, one thing you had said, and I read this letter to say that they're making the declaration they're essentially going to move, and I think you've said before that that's sort of one of the checkpoints for you guys. I mean, does that data change anything? Not in the pace, I guess, but I mean, you guys have a different mindset now, knowing that that's pretty definitive?
Yeah, we really can't yet because nothing's been decided, right? They've made the intention known, but until we know, it'd be a little inefficient to go too far, right? So that's one of the reasons we talk so much together. We knew about the letter. We talked about the letter. They gave us a chance to review the letter and make some comments on it. So that should be noted, that that's the kind of partnership we're dealing with, because we both want to do the same thing and benefit this region. So.
With regard to the concerts,
wait, we're here for a concert?
Yeah. What's it say about GEHA Field at Arrowhead that such a variety of different artists want to perform here?
Yeah, that's my point earlier, Matt. Is, you know, in 2009 and 10, we were looking at, we got the renovation, what do we do to maximize this for our fans? Music was at the top of our list, and we created Arrowhead events, and we started to aggressively go after that. And to be able to stand here today and say 20 concerts in, you know, I go back to that point I made earlier, which is every single event has its own flavor, and every single event brings its own crowd. And for a lot, what we know from our research is that it brings people who may never have been to the stadium before, and they get to experience everything the stadium has to offer. And you know, hopefully they come back for another show, or hopefully they come back for a game. And that's one of the reasons we do it. But most importantly, it's to unite this community at another really fun event. And this will be a good one.
Mark, are you anywhere in terms of bringing college football back to Arrowhead?
Yeah, so active discussions about that. With all of the changes in college football right now, it's kind of put another hurdle in there for us until they figure out which conferences they're aligned with and how they're going to do and who they're going to play. It makes it a little bit more difficult for us, but we think we're a viable opportunity for them, and especially, you know, you look at the programs in and around the region, as they get better and better and more competitive, it creates another opportunity to really have a showcase game, and that's how we look at it.
I know the Chiefs had a game last Sunday, but you weren't over in Germany for that game by chance, were you?
I was not. I was here. We did have representatives over there. I thought it was important for us to have representation. The league acknowledged that. We made that commitment. The people who were there for us, it was overwhelming. And it just confirmed one of the big things for us, which is we looked at Germany as a great opportunity. And this past weekend proved that. The response was amazing. The league did a fantastic job. The two teams activated really well. We did some fun activation. They got some good pickup, and hopefully set us up to be there sometime in the future.
Do you have any more indication from the league about a game there next year?
You know, all I would say is this, is we're aggressively working with them to make sure if there is a game or if there are multiple games, we're one of those teams. And we feel very, very confident that we've done everything we need to do to justify that. And we're really, really excited about that opportunity. We think it'll be really good for our team, for our fans, and to grow this brand.
Mark, regarding the stadium, the World Cup, the last time I think we talked, you said it was going to be quite the undertaking to figure out the seating. Just where is that project out? And I know it's a couple of years out still, but
To figure out the seating?
construction of
The whole stadium
Yeah.
construction? Yeah, so we're a step further in that. Not punting the question, but FIFA's a little distracted right now. So we're on a little bit of a hold from our meetings with them on a consistent basis. But we've made some good progress. We got a good plan. To the earlier question, we had people over there a couple weeks ago looking at it from an operational standpoint, like how they're doing it, all the new stadiums. Learned a lot on that trip in terms of fields and things that it's going to take. So we'll add that into the mix and do what we need to do to be ready for 26. It's going to be a multi-year progress, though. It's not going to be 25 we figure it out. We're starting work in 24, so if not before.
Say, Mark, you just wanted to clarify something you said earlier when you mentioned 2031. Were
Yeah.
you saying that you anticipate playing at Arrowhead Stadium through the end of the lease in 2031?
Yeah, so let me put that in context. It's always been our plan that that's our lease, and we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do going into the end of the lease. Obviously, if you're gonna do something in 31 and either new or renovate, you have to be doing that in 26, 27, 28. But we do have World Cup in 26. So our plan is still the same, that would be the time frame. Back to the question earlier from Vahe is, because we share a lease, if things happen into that lease that allows the Royals to go earlier, then we have to look at that. How does that affect us, and would that affect our timing?
With this concert coming in, I'm going back to this, and sorry everybody else, is Arrowhead actually looking to go through and put like a minimum number of concerts here per year, or is that going to be just a floating number that, one for Garth Brooks, for Simpleton,
Yeah.
and 3 this year?
So our events team will do everything in its power to hold as many concerts as we possibly can. I think our restrictions really are dates and tours, and who's out, when are they out, how's it fit within our schedule, and then we do look at competitive sets, like having too much of one genre too close to each other or in the same summer. we try to avoid that. And that's one of the things that's going to be really cool about this summer.
Lebo? A couple little ones here. I know you guys were supposed to have Arkansas, Missouri here, and the pandemic happened and all that.
Yeah.
So did that contract just go away, or is there a game owed?
Yeah, it gets technical, so I won't get into the contract, but we are in discussions with Missouri about how do we bring that game back, or a game like it back. You know, they've done something recently that restarted those conversations with St. Louis, so we'll continue those conversations. When it makes sense, we'll have them out here.
And is there any musical artist that's the great whale out there that you're trying to get in here that you haven't had?
Yeah, I mean, credit to our team. I had a list, and last summer they checked off the last one on that list for me with Garth. So it's been really, really amazing to see just who we've been able to bring here. I mean, when you really look back and think about those shows, it's fun to hear our friends and season ticket members talk about, you know, you announce the U2 show, and you immediately hear, when's the last time they saw U2 here, right? Rolling Stones, same thing. Garth. Keep going down the list, and we've been able to bring them back, even think people like Guns N' Roses. So it's been a fun project to work on. It is a ton of work, and every event is a huge challenge. But when you walk away from one of those events, it's a pretty satisfying feeling to know that, you know, you just lit up this whole town one more time. So
Great, thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Mark.
thanks, guys. You want to do photo op with Dave? Dave.